We're not against rap. We're not against rappers. But we are against those thugs.
Is it getting kinda hot in here? No, that's you. Temperatures rise to below G. Get it home with a popo scope, this big old scourge just swerving all up in the curb. Mama been laid off. She ain't working no more. Papa been laid off. He say things don't got so. I was in a coma, but I had no recollection. All I had was Drea right next to me.
Ever known what it means to hear a rap god sing, survive the trenches, shoot a friend by mistake, cheat death? Krayzie Bone did all that and more. But behind the scenes, his stories got layers deeper than his verses. You might think you know Krayzie Bone. Think again. Krayzie Bone was born Anthony Henderson on June 17, 1974, in Cleveland, Ohio. He was already living in the streets by 16, and by 18, he was homeless. Why? His parents got caught in the 1980s drug epidemic that swept through the hood. Krayzie Bone linked up with his crew during their teenage grind. These weren't just your average neighborhood homies. They were a tight-knit squad who juggled street hustle and studio dreams. Yeah, they sold drugs.
We just started rocking in school, like doing music, and it just spilled over into the streets.
But things got real wild one night. Krayzie lit off drugs and booze, they decided to go to rob fun. Happens that their first victim had gun shells stacked at the back of the car. As they loaded their guns, Krayzie decided to test his and accidentally shot his own boy, Wishbone, in the leg.
He got shot. I'm thankful that it stopped there. We were heading to do something else that could have went terribly wrong.
He ended up doing a year and a half behind bars. That was a wake-up call. Eventually, the crew realized that chasing the fast life was a shortcut to the grave. So what did they do? Packed up their hopes, their demo, and probably some snacks, and hopped on a bus to La La Land, Los Angeles, ready to pitch their sound and change their lives. Not long after landing in LA, Krayzie Bone and the crew caught the ear of none other than Eazy-E. Yup, that Eazy-E. The NWA legend and co-founder of Ruthless Records saw something special in Bone Thugs in Harmony. Probably the only group mixing rapid-fire bars with harmonies smoother than your auntie's Sunday vocals. Eazy didn't hesitate. He signed them up, and the game officially changed. Their first project, an EP called Creepin' on I Come Up, hit the streets and critics like a Cleveland snowstorm. Cold and unexpected, thuggish, ruggish Bone popped off like a backyard firework in July, especially in the Midwest, where folks finally felt heard. Then came 1999 Eternal, and things really went nuclear, with hits like First of the Month, aka the anthem for everybody waiting on that check, and the soul-touching The Crossroads, a tribute to their lost loved ones that had everybody from gangsters to grandmas in their feelings. Bone Thugs made sure no one forgot their name. They even walked away with a Grammy for The Crossroads.
Bone Thugs in Harmony.
Bone Thugs and Harmony were on. Top of the world, Grammys in hand, hits on the charts, and their Cleveland pride on full blast. But then, life hit them with a plot twist. Eazy-E passed away suddenly, and just like that, the man who believed in their vision was gone. Then, Tamika Woods Wright, Eazy's widow, who they have met only once, stepped in as CEO of Ruthless Records.
We hit for like a little cookout, and we had met her then, but that's the only time we had saw.
Now, no disrespect, but the vibes weren't vibing. The group felt like she was trying to turn them into a one-trick pony, forever chasing the magic of the crossroads.
Everything was cool, you know what I'm saying? But you know, like when you're dealing with so many different personalities.
Eventually, all that drama, label beef, internal tension, and trying to keep the Bone family tight started to wear thin. Busy Bone left.
I even left Bone Thugs in Harmony was because of the whole Ruthless Records thing.
And things got so shaky they straight up asked to be released from their contracts. It was like a musical breakup, but with more bars and fewer tissues. By the time Thug World Order dropped in 2002, the magic felt kinda fumbled. Sales flopped harder than a mixtape with no promo. Ruthless Records. CEO Tamika Woods Wright finally let them go like, 8, y'all do you. Krayzie didn't waste no time. He had already signed a solo deal with Baller Records because real hustlers stay ready, and he came through with Gemini. Good versus evil. It was a whole vibe, showing off both sides of Krayzie. The chill philosopher and the bone-snapping beast. Duality never sounded so slick. With Busy Bone doing his own thing, the rest of Bone Thugs and Harmony pulled up without him and dropped Strength and Loyalty in 2007 under Interscope. And trust, they didn't come empty-handed. This album was star-studded, like a red carpet at the BET Awards, Mariah Carey, Bow Wow, Akon, Twista, you name it. The features were fire, but fans still felt that busy-shaped hole in the vibe. That same year, the crew switched it up and hit the screen with I Tried.
What I'm talking about, baby. Woo.
A what-if movie that imagined their lives if they never met Eazy-E or rolled out to L.A.
If we never made it in the game.
Spoiler alert, it was deep, dramatic, and still had a Cleveland beat to it. Meanwhile, Krayzie was out here stacking wins. He hopped on Chamillionaire's hit single Ridin', and that track sped to the top of the charts faster than a stolen whip. Not only was it a banger, but it also bagged them a Grammy.
And the winner is Chamillionaire featuring Krayzie Bone.
Because when Krayzie hops on a verse, you know it's certified. Fast forward to April 2014, Krayzie Bone hit up a press conference and dropped some heat for the fans. The Chasing the Devil trilogy was on the way, with the first chapter slated for a July 22nd drop under RBC Records. Folks were hyped, ready to dive into whatever spiritual, street, and sonic journey Krayzie had cooked up. But like most things in hip-hop and life, the release didn't show up on time. The date got pushed back, like a bad haircut appointment. After a bit of delay, and probably a few deep studio sessions, the album finally touched down on November 20th, 2015. Better late than never, right? But Krayzie Bone ain't just about the bars. Dude's got business sense, too. Beyond the mic, he took his hustle to the next level. He helped launch Mo Thug's Family, a crew of Cleveland rappers and hip-hop acts repping the land hard. But by '99, Krayzie was ready to do his own thing and birthed Thug Line Records, aka TL. He later handed the reins to Wishbone, making him president and co-CEO, because real bosses build up their circle. You'll catch Krayzie rocking a TL chain in just about every video, like a walking billboard for his brand. Then in 2010, TL evolved into The Life Entertainment. New name, same mission, elevate the culture. Always thinking steps ahead, Krayzie also launched Conquer the Industry, an online platform for undiscovered talent to get their shine. Basically, if you've got bars and Wi-Fi, you might just get a shot. And he didn't stop there. Fashion got pulled into the mix, too. He rolled out TL Apparel, a clothing and accessory line that ties directly into his music and lifestyle. If you ever wanted to dress like Krayzie Bone without raiding his closet, now you could. By 2018, he was deep in the digital game, too, inking a deal with the Digital Soapbox Network to distribute his media company, Krayzie Bone Media. His first project, a late-night style show called Quick Fix, The After Hours. Pure, unfiltered vibes straight from the mind of a legend.
This is Quick Fix Radio.
Quick Fix Radio.
Never one to forget where he came from, Krayzie Bone kicked off the Spread the Love Foundation, a heart-first hustle that uses investments to uplift the youth in Cleveland through music and the arts. Basically, he's out here planting seeds so the next generation of creatives can bloom without having to take the same rough road he did. Musically, Krayzie still got that fire in him. In 2022, he linked up with Fat Lip from the Far Side, yeah, that Far Side, for a collaboration that had heads turning. The track, Dust in the Wind, dropped on February 18th, and marked the first time Bone Thugs and the Far Side ever crossed lyrical paths. Historic moment, low-key poetic, like two hip-hop houses finally dapping each other up. Then in late 2023, things got real scary. On September 24th, Krayzie Bone was rushed to a hospital in LA after he woke up coughing up blood, a situation nobody wants to play with.
Because I was coughing up blood, I woke up 10 days later.
Turns out it was due to sarcoidosis, a rare inflammatory disease that hit his lungs hard. Doctors jumped into emergency surgery mode, but things didn't go smooth. By September 26th, they had to sedate him after a major artery in his lung started leaking. Yeah, real life, real serious. But Krayzie always been a fighter. On October 3rd, like the warrior he is, he hit fans with the good news. He pulled through and was on the mend.
You know, I've been out the hospital for for a good while now, and just been getting back to my regular.
Meanwhile, Krayzie Bones has been using his voice to peel back layers most folks don't want to touch.
The companies we worked for had invested millions into the building of privately owned prisons.
In recent years, he's spoken openly about the darker side of the music industry, especially the shady link between private prison systems and the rise of gangster rap.
Our positions of influence in the music industry would actually impact the profitability of these investments.
According to Krayzie, certain execs pushed violent, self-destructive content because it helped fill up prisons.
Our job would be to help make this happen by making music which promote criminal behavior.
He dropped videos and interviews breaking it all down, urging young artists to think twice about what messages they're putting out. For him, it ain't just about rhymes, it's about responsibility. Also, Krayzie Bone tied the knot with Andrea, and they keep it low-key like a hidden track on a mixtape. They have 5 children: Destiny, Melody, Malaysia, Anthony, and Nathan. His net worth seems to be around $6 million. What is he up to now? These days, Krayzie Bone ain't slowing down. If you thought the mic got dusty, think again. He's back in the studio working on a new album that's rumored to bring that classic Bone Thugs harmony with a modern twist. Word on the street? A 2026 world tour might be in the works, so fans better start saving them coins and warming up them vocal cords. Oh, and in early 2025, the entire original Bone crew dropped a surprise single, Aw Shit. And yeah, the title pretty much says it all. It was a major moment for fans who've been starving for that nostalgic Cleveland sound. No controversies, no scandals, just consistency, class, and straight-up grind. Krayzie Bone ain't just a rap legend. He's a family man, a businessman, and a survivor who's still putting on for Cleveland and doing it his way.